Latest football news, engaging debates,
and fascinating opinions.
Pitchside talk on IO Radio. So kicking off the games for Sunday, it is Wolves versus Burnley. And for Wolves, Ruben Neves still remains out because of his COVID-19 positive test. So we wish him a very speedy recovery for that. But for Burnley, Nick Pope is expected to be available once again after his shoulder problem has seen Burnley lose their last 2 games in a row without him. Piers here for Wolves. They're looking to make it 3 on the bounce, 3 straight victories in a row. But for Burnley here, they want to just move away from that relegation zone, get close to that 40-point mark. But they've only had 1 win in the last 5.
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting game, obviously, for the Burnley side. It'll be brilliant for them to have Nick Pope back. Obviously, a fantastic goalkeeper in my eyes. England's number 1. So for him to come back, he saves games for that team. So it'll be really important to have him. And Burnley can definitely get the job done. Obviously, they want to create that gap against Fulham. Obviously, they've got a game in hand over Fulham, and Fulham have got a couple of hard fixtures coming up. So there's not too much pressure on Burnley, but Burnley, we need to make sure they definitely get something just to secure themselves for next season. Wolves, on the other hand, 2 nice and simple wins. 1-0 against Fulham, 1-0 against Sheffield United. So they'll have some confidence in them because they've had a lot of problems this season. They've gone through some bad form and they've had a lot of injuries, some quite bad injuries as well. So I don't think it'll be much of an exciting game. I can't pick a winner in this one, so I'm going to go for a draw. I'll go for a 0-0.
So it's a big game on Sunday and possibly a thrilling one. It is Leeds versus Manchester United. But for Leeds, Bielsa has revealed that winger Rafinha is struggling to recover in time from his thigh injury, which put him out against the Liverpool game and possibly for this one. Rodrigo still remains out with a muscle problem, and Liam Cooper is still out after serving his 3-match suspension. But for Manchester United, Marcus Rashford is nursing a foot injury, which might mean he might not be involved at all this week, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Piers, the last time these two sides met, it ended 6-2 at Old Trafford, an absolute thrilling game. Shame the fans weren't in for that. But for Leeds here, they're undefeated in the last 5, looking to possibly climb back up the table after that draw against Liverpool. But for Manchester United here, 3 more points, gets them a little bit closer to City, just keeps a little bit tabs, but also secures that top 4 for them, which they really want.
Yeah, it's going to be a brilliant game. Leeds Man United's always fireworks, a good rivalry, so that it's going to be a brilliant game no matter what. Man United 11 points off the title and 10 points out of dropping top 4. They're probably secure. Well, they are more than likely secure for top 4 unless they have an absolute terrible run of form. And I think it shows a little bit that in the Burnley game how they're a little bit complacent at the moment. I think they struggle to get the job done against Burnley, although the scoreline doesn't obviously show that. Leeds, on the other hand, they look like they're in good form at the moment. Obviously, a draw against Liverpool and beating Manchester City. That was a shock result. Obviously, Leeds have been brilliant this season. For a team that's just come up in the Championship to be 10th at the table, he is brilliant for them. So, I think it's such a good game. I think it's going to be a hard game. I think Leeds are going to bring it to Manchester United. Although Manchester United have been brilliant this season, I feel there's going to be a draw. I know Leeds don't get hardly any draws at all, but I just think it is going to be a draw, and I'm going to go for a 2-2.
So it is Aston Villa versus West Brom today. And for Aston Villa, Dean Smith has confirmed that Wesley is involved for the first time since injuring his knee ligaments back in New Year's Day 2020. 15 months ago, he is now finally available, which is great to see. Matty Cash, he is banned for this game after his red card against Manchester City, and Jack Grealish still remains out for Aston Villa. But for West Brom, Rod Snodgrass is still on the sidelines with a back problem, and there's no more news for Sam Allardyce's side here. Piers, for Aston Villa here, a win, see him climb back up the tail. But for West Brom here, they've just got to keep winning games now, really. Now, a little bit in the Sheffield United boat. They can still get out of this, but they've got to win all their games now to the end of the season, and I hope results go their way.
Yeah, West Brom, it's crunch time for them now. They need to get a win, yeah, and I think they've definitely got a chance. And you've got a manager like they do. They've always got a chance. Obviously, they try to get something against Leicester and at a backfired. But for Villa, on the other hand, they've had 2 really hard games back to back. Obviously, Liverpool took a loss. And City took a loss, although I don't think they played too bad in the City game. I think they made a good account of themselves, but unfortunately it wasn't for them. Villa also have been quite inconsistent this season. Obviously, West Brom sort of I think they're getting into a little bit of form at the moment. Obviously, they had the losses of recent, but to be honest, I think West Brom's time has come. I think they've given a good effort towards the end of the season, but I think their time is up. And I predict the Villa win, and I'm going to go for 3-1 to Villa.
So it is Cup final day. The first bit of silverware is up for grabs in the Carabao Cup final between Manchester City and Tottenham. So the biggest news, really, Man City Kevin De Bruyne and Sergio Aguero are available for this game. But for Tottenham, Harry Kane is being monitored hour by hour to see if he can play at all in this game after he missed the win over Southampton because of an ankle injury. Piers, a big game here. Man City are looking now to equal the record of 8 Carabao Cups won. They've won the last 3. Tottenham, the last time they were in a cup final, which was the Carabao Cup final, they won that in 2008. So for them, looking pretty good there. But for Ryan Mason and for Pep Guardiola, this is going to be a very good match to watch, and especially with fans.
Yeah, it's a very interesting game. Obviously, I think Tottenham, they lost to Chelsea before in the Carabao Cup final. So some of those players will still be there from then in the games, and new manager coming. It's going to be really interesting for them. Man City, obviously, it's the Man City Cup at the moment, but they haven't been in great form. This is what makes this game so interesting. Obviously, Man City haven't been brilliant at the moment. They didn't look great against Villa. Obviously, lost to Leeds. It's going to be interesting. Tottenham, they've lost their manager. They've got Ryan Mason in. Obviously, no experience at all. He's the main man. They're seeing if Harry Kane is going to be fit. And to be honest, I think I don't know why, but I sort of favour Tottenham coming into this game. I feel like it's just a story to be written. And I just think when these situations happen, like when you think Man City are going to plough from that happens. And I think this will be Tottenham's time to get a trophy. I think this will be Harry Kane's first trophy for Tottenham and his last trophy for Tottenham if you don't count the Aldi Cup. So I think Tottenham are going to get the win against Man City. I know it sounds like a mad prediction, but it's the best time to play City, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 to Tottenham.